Now the register part is done. So when user is registering, if we check database, the password will be encrypted one. But the second step is we also need to decrypt, right? So while entering the password, we need to compare this password. So for example, if I show you now this successful message, okay, now let's get to login. And if I give here a register at the rate gmail.com, and I'll give the same thing here, QWERTY at the rate 1234, and if I click on submit, if we give our mail register at the rate gmail.com and our password as QWERTY1234, and now if I click on submit, it will throw me error because the password I'm entering is QWERTY1234, but the password in database, if you see in the database, it's not QWERTY1234 at the rate 1234, it's some hashed password. So here what we need is, here we need a comparison or a decrypt logic. What it does, a decrypt logic, it should do this hashed password, it should check with the user entering password. So again, it should decrypt from there, and then it should compare whether the both password are same or not. Then it should throw a message whether it's a successful login or a failure login. So we are going to decrypt password now. Let's head to our code, and here if you see, this is the login procedure, right? So here we are checking both email and password, but here we shouldn't check both email and password. We'll check only email, and if there is any kind of user with this email, then we are going to check his credentials. Like if user is present, we are going to have another check condition here, like user is there, okay, but the second condition we need is here we are going to compare it. So first we'll have this await bcrypt, and we have a compare function in bcrypt, that is a inbuilt function where we can decrypt our password. So first what we need to do is the user enter password and with the password of database. So this is the database password, so user dot password. Here if this is correct, then we are going to send this message. So we'll copy paste here, else we need to throw the error. So we'll copy paste this line here. Yeah, so if you check our code, first we are going to check whether there is a record found with this particular email id which user has entered. If the user is there, then we are going to compare with that user and the passwords of which user entered and which is in database. If that is successful, then we are going to returning with a login successful, or else we are going to give invalid credentials. If the user only not present in our database, then also we are going to give this invalid credentials alert. So we'll check now. So now this is the same password, right? QWERTY1234. If I click on submit, it should get a login successful message. So if I click on submit, it's still giving me invalid credentials. So let me refresh. We'll enter our credentials here. So email address will be register at the rate gmail.com, and the password will be QWERTY at the rate 1234. So if I click on submit, it should give me login successful. Okay, it's still giving invalid credentials. Let's check our code. uh First it's checking email and password. Sorry, it's checking email. Okay, it should check with the find one method, not just find. So that's why whenever we are giving any kind of credentials, it's giving invalid. Now it should work, the find one method which we gave now. Once our db is connected, then we'll try another time whether it's working or not. So yeah, So this is the same credentials which is in our database. So if I click on submit, yeah, now it's a login is successful. So this is how we are going to hash a password and decrypt a password when user is trying to log in.